Hussein. Madasi, Nehoye. Hi everyone, new name here, playing my favorite game, Watcher of Realms. Just greeting any Twi speaking people from the country of Ghana. Today is day 41 on the free to play series. And I keep saying how I would show my gear at the end of these walkthroughs of the floors of Void Rift, and I forget. So if you've gone through the first two and you're waiting to see the gear, I will show you the gear at the end of this one, the third floor of Elite Void Rift. Okay? So we're going to go right into it. For whatever reason, it's automatically using the experience boost for the reward, where on my main account, it lets me store it for 30 days. So I don't know if there's been a change on an update that I didn't read or something. But anyways, I've got 48 hours of times to experience. So this is my free to play account. There might not be all epics only, but it's a free to play account on a free to play series. And instead of me trying to push through content and say, hey, look where I've made it, and not let you know how, and I'm also stuck. I can't beat the first floor boss on hard. I tried. I don't want to wait a week. I said, I made this series to help people. So I'm going to show you how I rampage through Elite Void Rift. I think this is my third week of it. Yeah, it's my third week of Elite. So I'm way over the suggested battle power to start third floor. It tells you, right, that you're geared, you're skilled, you got your promotions, you got 6-star heroes. I can't remember these stages if I have the correct lineup currently, but that's what we're going to use. It's this one. So the first thing I need to do is get my tank situated so that he's starting to develop a shield already. All right. Then Vortex, I guess, can go. Ooh, I don't know because there's going to be these that Ludwig boss. He's going to put down like these squid arm things or whatever that leech life from you, and I need to be able to hit my healer because I don't want Vortex to be trapped. So these guys here are probably the worst on the stage for like splash damage. Okay. Oh yeah, my comet's totally going to take care of them. So I'm going to use Wrath instead of a defender because I don't think these guys can kill my A5 Wrath. He's going to self-sustain. And whatever he can't self-sustain, Vortex is going to take care of him. So now I'm going to use Idril down here as well because I want to make sure that Wrath doesn't have any problems, right? So how many heroes is that? One, two, three, four. So I'll try to keep it at 6 heroes if I can. And then you can just sub in whoever you think you need to for your own self. But you'll notice on like this whole guide, I believe I'll have Volka at least in the lineup. Whether I deploy her or not, it doesn't matter. I just want that reduction in res timers if I need to retreat a hero or if someone actually dies. But I don't think someone's going to die for me. They might on like the second last fight. I think this is the Torodor stuff. So there's the Baron boss fight. He's pretty tough sometimes. He'll kill you. Yeah, I don't know where the Ludwig boss is. I thought Ludwig would be here. Maybe not on Elite. I'm used to my main account, guys. I've been farming Nightmare Void Rift for a few months, so I get confused about, what bosses are where. But as you'll notice here, I've got everybody set up in a way that my healer, I'm fortunate enough to have Vortex. If you have a Hollow or a Pharisee, you can do the same thing. If you really need to, like I did the first time through here, I used Lightlock. And Lightlock can really help you clear stuff because whoever he heals, he'll do splash damage. But he's only single target, so I don't need him obviously as well. As you're noticing, like now that I have a lot of my heroes max skilled and essentially overgeared for this stage, even though none of them are in premium sets. Okay, but they're max skilled, max promoted, 6-star. It really, really helps. But I made an error. I should actually have my Comet on this tile taking care of the top lane instead of Lunaria. Obviously, I'm going to be okay, but Comet would already have killed these guys here, and Idril wouldn't be as necessary to damage them. Because once there's three of these guys, these mawhead dudes beating on your defender, you'll see it. You start taking real damage here, okay? So I'm going to purposely leave it. Let's see if I can actually survive this. I think I'll be okay right here. This is the, yeah, as long as Oleg got that shield up. So again, he's rocking the North's Will artifact. That's what that frozen anchor symbol is above him. Anytime he loses a shield, any shield, he heals for 10% of his health. Mine is at 11 because I upgraded it once. But yeah, this fight would have been over a lot sooner, obviously, if I deployed, like Valkyria here as well. I'll just show you, okay? Because she does magic damage. These guys are really susceptible to it. You're seeing that 30,000, 50,000, like that's all Valk, okay? But if I put Comet up at this tile here, or any kind of magic dealer immediately, especially AoE magic, like Greed would even work there for you, that's what you should do if you want to clear it faster, okay? I'm not going to show you the damage stats on Void Rift. It's irrelevant, okay? Everybody's going to have different timing, different placements. Comet might not do the most damage because of, what I've used him for. Yeah, so it is the Torodor fight series. So hopefully I'll be able to get to Torodor quickly in another like 20 minutes at the most here. And I'll show you how to cheese this. So I don't need Vladov. I don't need Livian. I don't need Constance or Lightlock. So you can see like I had older yeah, that's right, because I think this is a floor fight. Like you have to have I think only 3 platform tiles are available. So we're gonna put gear on Abomination, because Abomination, if you're lucky enough to fuse him or have pulled him, is definitely a worthwhile hero in there for you. Okay? So I don't know what gear to give him. Let's just throw something on here with no crit. Okay, like I said, Allura had 3 crit. So I think I think that should be good, but we'll make sure that my bleeder, I want to have some kind of gear on Vladov as well, who you can fuse with the fragments. That's what I did. So I don't know if I'm going to bring Idril or not, if she'll actually be placed on the map, but we're going to go through this. It's for me, I know it might not be the same for you if you're new to the game, but for me, this is only elite. It's no longer a concern, obviously, for me. But I definitely need to bring a healer. Without a healer, this isn't going anywhere. So I think the top lane, if I put Constance behind a Wrath, I think that would have been really easy. And I don't want to make this like too overpowered showing it to people here. Okay. But what I will do is like these two-hander guys, they hurt, man. They absolutely wreck you. So, I don't know. Let's see if Comet can reach from here. I forget. Yeah, he can't, eh? So we're gonna take Comet out and we're gonna use Valkyria. Yeah, she'll reach. So anyways, if you have a extended tile fighter, you can use them obviously like I did. Abomination, when he gets his ultimate completely going, can do the same thing. So I'm going to use my Idril as well to help support. But you'll see the power of the North's Will artifact for Oleg. Okay. So down here, we're going to use Wrath and Abomination and Volka. See if I can get away with it. I don't know. Because these guys, I think they come 6 at a time, right? They start off at 3. So Idril's really not going to do much to the guys with the shield. Okay. But you'll see Wrath and Abomination. There's no question. Those guys aren't going to do anything. So I guess I didn't even need a healer anymore on this fight. So Oleg, if you really want to make him even more self-sustainable, you can slide in a Northern Lord like Dagna. Okay, Dagna's the only Northern Lord I've ever had in this game on any account, but she'll periodically grant him a shield. And since I have, Vortex and Valkyria in here, it's going to be even more. So I want to make sure that my Oleg has some self-sustain. So I'm going to tuck my Volka in behind it. And if you notice now, all my Nightmare Heroes are going to be doing faster attacks because I've placed 4 of them. So they're at maxed attack. Okay, 35% attack speed. That's huge. So if you don't know this boss, you have to burn him once. Then he's going to get all pissed off. He's going to pray to Buddha or whoever and resurrect here. And this is why I saved my ultimate from Volka. Oh, I forget if this devastating combo hurts her. Oh, he's trying his best, but yeah, he's really not going to do much. So down here, you see my Abomination. He's on a permanent ultimate now, so he's only doing AoE damage, and he's going to, be beautiful, comboed paired up here with Comet. So when those skeletons respawn, they're being hit by 2 AoE damage dealers. All right. So this might be the end of my Wrath here. But he's an A5, so you're seeing he can heal himself. There's no issue. So Volka might be dead here. Oh, nope. Everybody lives. Couldn't get his devastating combo off. Pardon me. So if you have Volka, especially A1 Volka, bring her everywhere you can. I will continue to stress the imperativeness of Volka as a wonderful hero. Everybody was slightly healing for 2% of their total health every time they landed an attack because of Volka's passive. Okay? I have her passive maxed. Yeah, so Baron and Torodor. I have a very, very strong strategy for using Volka on elite, normal and elite Torodor. I don't know about hard. So this fight here, I forgot to bring in, I think Idril didn't have any gear because I put it on flat off. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, so I think Lunaria, she has no gear. Idril has no gear. You know what? Let's keep it that way. Let's see if we can take care of Elite Baron with a naked Idril. She's in the woods. She can use leaves to cover up if she's embarrassed. So the other key here is certain placements so that you're helping support your other units. Okay? So Oleg and then Valk. You can get away with not having a Valkyrie. You can use like an Iron, especially on normal. But Valkyria, like you're noticing, these guys are hitting her for 134. Like they're not going to kill her. This guy up here would kill my Oleg if he wasn't getting supported by my Valk. Okay, and you'll see the damage difference that it takes to kill that guy. And if you really want to, help him out, you could put like a healer here. Or I'm going to use my Idril, who is naked. As you see, she's doing 500 damage. It's negligible. So down here is where I probably should have put my Oleg, is what you're thinking, right? You're like, how the hell are you going to deal with this boss? And I forget if I can get away with this with Volka or not with my Vortex, but that's what's going to happen. If I fail this round, I'll just switch it up, okay? But this is how strong Volka is as a hero. I forgot to block these guys, pardon me. Anyways, that's kind of funny. But yeah, if you don't know these Sandstorm guys, like they hurt, man. They do a lot of damage fast. So you'll see that's why I saved that Volka ultimate there. That's really funny though. So you can use a Baron as well, obviously, right? But I made a boo-boo. I really wanted to have my Abomination where this skeleton is facing up. So we're going to wait for the boss to do his first whirly twirly. Okay? As soon as that's done, I'm going to try to nuke his ass. I don't want him to do it again. And I'm going to make sure that my Valkyrie is taking care of these guys as soon as possible as well. Yeah, this is pretty good. You'll also notice that Volka, that's why I put her there, because she does a debuff. So the boss does like 30% less damage, okay? Obviously it's not always on there, but anyways. Now I just put my Baron in, and there's no issue, okay? Like Baron, he's got an A5 Baron against this Baron. He's not going to kill mine, okay? First I'll heal him. Then I'll use my Vortex Ultimate. Now here's the key. If you're having any issues with this Baron fight, you wait for that spin cycle to finish, okay? Then you can stick in your burn heroes again and put them all in right away as soon as you can. And this is where you could be like, well, Idril's not really doing anything. So I'll slide in my Volka as soon as the spin's finished. And there should be one more turn. Now I'll put my Volka in. And that's the end of that fight, okay? If you don't have a Valkyrie, you can put your Abomination up there. You can use like I did here, Abomination. It's not too difficult of a fight if you bring the Nightmare units that the game gives you as free to play. Everybody's going to get a Wrath, and everybody's going to get a Volka. If you don't have your Volka yet, by the time you're finishing Elite Void Rift, you haven't played the game in their designed pattern. Your storyline is the first accomplishment you should hard focus in this game over everything else. and I'll show you the gear that's on Idril after, because she's wearing the storyline gear. So there's going to be a funny bit here where I have to do a little bit of gear swap when we get to Torodor, but you can use, I'll tell you after. Normally I would just run this on auto, but I want you to see in real time how fast you can actually accomplish the farming of Elite Void Rift if you're having any kind of struggles, okay? So always bring AoE units for these kind of stages where you're getting the free diamonds or whatever. And I would have normally put my Abomination in, but he wasn't in the lineup. So too bad, whatever, so sad. Again, it's easy to get this down. If you can beat Baron, you're going to beat this stage no problem. The key though is it's worth it. If you can't do it the first time, to re-gear your heroes or whatever, change your lineup so that you get 100% of the rewards from all of these diamond farm stages. Because you only get them once a week. And we all love diamonds, whether you want to use them for stamina or summoning. You want diamonds, okay? So when we get to Torodor, I'm going to hopefully one-shot it, but I'm going to show you the easiest, cleanest strategy that I'm aware of for that fight. And people will tell you, the developer said it's not intended. However you want to look at it, they've left it in the game since the game's come out. Anywhere else in this game where you allow creatures to evolve, you get punished for that because it'll be like, a stipulation to 3-star campaign stage saying don't let any Egons evolve, or they get extra damage and you die anyways, you can't complete the stage. So in my opinion, to have a boss fight that you can beat without the boss evolving isn't a cheese strategy at all. It is the strategy. It is the correct, most logical way to defeat the boss, in my opinion. If yours is different, no problem. It's not about opinions. I'm just going to show you the cleanest method for Elite Torador that I'm aware of. Okay? And I did this on day 12, I think it was, of this account. I beat normal Torador. So I forget if I've beaten him with the cheese strategy on Elite, but we're about to. And again, like I said, I hope it'll be one shot. I've one shot all the stages so far. So to make sure, you got to put, gear on your heroes. Without gear, they're not doing anything. So I want my Comet to be as strong as I can get him. That's actually pretty good. He's got 16k attack. I can't argue with that. Abomination. I've never had Abomination in this fight yet, actually, I don't think. So actually, he's pretty good. I got to make sure my Volka. I need to do one swap to Volka. She's going to tank the top lane, and I want to make sure that she doesn't die while she does that. So if I get her, probably, it's even less. Now, you know what? Let's leave everything as it is. Let's just go in as it is. So I forget if it's going to set up the lineup that I had before. Yeah, when I go to engage in battle. So we'll see who I had before. Yeah, so I did have Abomination in there. So Idril, you don't need her. But Valk I need for this strategy. So I got to make sure that my Valk is geared. She is. This should be good to go. So you'll see up here, like, this is a free-to-play lineup at the top. If you started when I did, okay? Because Vladov was a Fragment Fusion. Comet, you can replace him with like a Silas or a Nocturne, obviously a Boreas. There's other heroes that you can use that I'll show you for this strategy. And it's been 2 weeks since I've done Torador, so hopefully I get this down once. But we'll put it on times 1, just to make sure. So I can put her up after, right? Yeah. So I think it went like this: Abomination, and then oh, that's right. I used Valkyria down there at the first time. Anyways, um, we're gonna put Wrath, I think. Bear with me. It's been a while. It's been 2 weeks, so maybe I should speed this up just a little bit at the start here. Yeah, I used Valkyria at the bottom the first time, but it doesn't really matter. I think I should be okay here. I wouldn't have placed Wrath right away because I don't want him to lose his ultimate, but whatever. So Comet faces to the left. on this soul tile. Let's see, here's the moment of truth. Can Wrath deal with it? Yeah, I think that bottom lane is going to be okay. So the key up here now is I'm going to use Volka to tank. Okay? And Volka should be okay. So you want to have two tanks for this right here. And you'll notice I'm not going to let these guys evolve. I'm going to make sure that my tank is already down. Everybody's doing as fast as they can. Yeah, I've never done it this way because I didn't have an A5 Wrath before. So, I mean, this is how beautiful A5 Wrath is. So, just to make sure that she doesn't die, we'll get Volka hammering these guys. Oh, yeah, this shouldn't be a problem. So, I'm not going to use Comet's ultimate until these guys, like, they're dead. No problem. Comet's ultimate. So, Torodor's going to come out and he's going to want to hurt my Baron. So I'm going to make sure that as you see my Baron's healing, he's actually gaining health while he's being attacked. I'm not going to use his ultimate until Torodor gets to him. And this is kind of like the Gear 8 to 19, 20, 21 timing of stuff. You're going to see in a second. So there's no more spawns coming. That's the end of all the spawns. Okay, so Furious Smash, as soon as this finishes, Valkyrie comes in, Vladov comes in. Baron with his ultimate. So I think the boss might get one ultimate off before I kill him here. This Furious Smash, okay? So it kills my Vlad off. Oh, it doesn't kill him anymore. Oh, that's too funny. So if it killed my Vlad off, that's why Valkyra's here. Because this hero here, Valkyra, she would instantly battle res, bring him back to life immediately on the map where he is. So my Baron is about to die. Okay, I take my DPS off the map. What boss is about to do his ultimate cast of Mighty Smash. As soon as Baron dies, you slide your tank in, okay? And here's the neat part about this fight. 1 second, we'll be right here. Up comes the axe, the two-handed whatever from the boss Torodor. Okay, my Baron's hitting him for, 100 or whatever it is, trying to kill him. It's not going to happen. So as soon as the boss hits him and Baron dies, before the fire hits that tile where Baron's standing, that's when you drop in your other tank. So see how he died? Boom, Olague comes in. And that's the fight. This guy cannot kill my Olague, especially now that I have a 6-star Olague. Okay? You might be like, well, wait a second, what's going on here? And there it is. As soon as that shield comes up, okay? Now Oleg's actually healing because of the Volka. And you also bring your Volka for the cooldown. So you'll see I can't put any hero under the tile, under the boss that's on fire. I'm trying, it can't happen. But just in case Torodor kills Olague, I have my Baron ready to go. And that's the cheese strategy for this fight of Torodor. To my knowledge, it works on hard, it works on nightmare, and it should be smooth sailing for you. As long as you bring two tanks that are able to sustain themselves a little bit, and you have a Volca somewhere on the map, they're actually gaining health because of the shield. That Olague finished with more health than when he first was being attacked by the boss. So you call that strategy whatever you want. It's been in the game since I've been in the game, and I think it's the most logical way to complete that stage. Now let's take the final loot together. Hopefully there's something good at the end here. Ooh, a summoning crystal. We'll open that at the end of this video. Let's claim everything. See if something comes. So this isn't good. The stats are good, but I don't need gold loot anymore. It's really not relevant. So I can forge an exclusive attempt artifact as well. So if you don't care, that's the end of the Void Rift guide, but I will show the gear on these heroes that I used, at least for this fight, okay? Because I promised to at the other two guides and I forgot, okay? But I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough if it's helped you at all. 1 second, I need a sip of coffee here. Because I remember trying to do these fights for the first time, and it was a bit of a struggle because I didn't understand, certain mechanics. So let's go into the artifact. Let's go into the forging. Let's see what we can forge. So one mythic, something good, anything good, and Norse glory. I don't use any of that stuff, but this exclusive. Do we get the first exclusive for the account? That's cool. This frigid flame, as you'll notice, I have one right now sitting on my, and I can upgrade it. So this frigid flame is really good in guild boss for like arrogance, and I currently use Valkyra. But that now she's going to have 21% more damage as long as she doesn't suffer any damage for 12 seconds. And that comes when the shield is up on the guild boss. So that's actually really good news that that fell for us. So we'll check the gear first, okay? And then we'll do a summon. So this 25% HP, it just happened to be because of the good stats that are on these sets, okay? And this, I can't argue with these rolls. This has been really nice. This was a stage, I guess 17 or 18, I forget, 16, wherever you start getting, in Gear Raid 3, the ancient mythics drop, okay? I'm not going to go too deep with the gear. I'm not telling you why I have it, but I'm going to show you the broken sets, but the decent stats and rolls. That's the idea, okay? I'm not going to show you the much else, but main attributes at the top here, okay? So Valkyra did her job, no problem, right? Here's Comet. Comet's sitting with the very fortunate 3 times promoted Tier of Twilight. That means I've had 4 of them on this account already. That's pretty big news, man. That really makes a difference, okay? But if you look at his life force weapon that he used there, like this is the thing. Okay, it had a little bit of speed. That's why. This big old slap of crit rate, just trying to get this above 90%. If you can get everything that you see with me, but at 100%, you're going to be able to do hard. If you're guaranteed everything you do is a crit hit, you're going to do well. So this is a double gold roll. It's not often, and it went into defense, which but it helps. It actually helps more than you think on some stages where there's like AoE damage. All right. And you'll notice most of my heroes are in busted sets. Some of them are wearing a gold item. Okay. This is why on these 3 guide walkthroughs that I showed you, I said that, I'm not going to keep these gold items. I don't need them anymore. All right. Crit rate bangle, people will tell you, it's no good. It's doing the job. It's good enough currently for me because of the substat rolls. All right. So these ancient items that you see, you can get these from farming like I did, and you can earn your way up there. No problem. And this artifact, I think, fell like 2 weeks ago for me in the Void Rift. This Iasin is my favorite. It might not be the best, but I think it is the best in slot artifact for Abomination because he only does AoE damage when his ultimate's going. So when he's done 2 ultimates and he's on permanent AoE, why not give him that extra damage? I could be incorrect, but I've never had a problem with him. So I'll show you, I forgot. He's got 20k attack, Abomination. But here's the thing about his skills. He's got nothing in his ultimate. It's not really necessary, okay? The other skills is where his damage comes from, if you start getting those up. But busted sets on a strong hero is why you see those numbers that he's got. And some of these rolls, like, this is only a level 12 weapon, not completely rolled up. The ring, not completely rolled up. But Abomination, that people will tell you, is meh. I'll tell you what, this version of meh makes me shiver at the thought of what an amazing hero like Kratos is. Okay? So, A5 Wrath. He's in a Wailing Skull. I got very fortunate to pull this. This is a very nice artifact for him. He's maxed out. He's awakened. I'll show you his total stats. 17k. 17k attack. Okay? He's got a little bit of the speed. Not much crit damage. But he gets his job done. He's a beast. As you saw, he was face tanking those sandstorm guys. Okay? And when you're able to get the stats over sets at the very start, you will progress as quickly as I have. Once you start, like this is a beautiful, look at this. Why wouldn't I put this item on this hero. I don't have a complete set that gives him 100% crit with all that attack. So this is a great item, huge item. That 23% hit point bonus helped me make sure he lived for N917. And that 24% crit at the bottom is just extra juice, right? So Vladov is in the starter set. I'm not going to show it to you. You know what it looks like. You have it, okay? It's always the same stats and the same rolls. What's big, though, is that he does 22% extra damage to any target with a bleed, and he applies a bleed quite often for us. Vortex with the Euphoric Orb, it's one of my favorite items that you can actually get for this hero, okay? He's 40k HP, so he's doing his job. He doesn't heal fast, but he heals for a quality amount when he does the heal. And then I've had this. This was the first ancient item that I got on the account, and I still have it. And I've completed 3-star all of campaign in 40 days using these items on this vortex. And it's a busted set. Every single item is from a different set because it's stats over sets until you get quality stats on premium sets. Okay, and it's about time I replaced that ring. I think on Vortex. I'm farming Gear Raid 3 hard, very hard this week. So the Norse Will artifact. That's how you saw Oleg survive against Torodor without having any healer at all. Okay, my Oleg is max skilled. Here's his total stats: 73k HP. Having the 14 heal effect with my Pantheon at 10 or something, it matters. Oleg gets to self-sustain from that artifact. So I really obviously wish these were purple, but they're not. Good enough though. It gets the job done. It's the right stats. Yeah. So to have Oleg at almost 6k defense also helps. So if this had like, purple, I'd roll it, but I'm not going to roll it to 16 just to get flat defense that might not be good. This is probably my best tanking item that there is, even though there's that attack bonus. That big old yellow paint of HP, that's huge, man, especially for an epic. Again, anybody can get these rolls. This is the best version of a Torodor Elite guide that I can give you as a free-to-play account. I use my own free-to-play account. It's on day 41. I hope you found it informative. I hope that you see that strategy and that you can implement it for yourself and cut down on the time it takes you to accomplish these things in the game. This was New Name playing my favorite game, Watcher of Realms. Take care, everyone.